So last week we talked about flirting, and I kind of thought that video was going to be it. I shared with you guys my best tip for flirting and gave a little rundown on what it was, and I kind of was ready to move on. But I've had a lot of conversations this week with people, and what they're telling me is that they don't know what flirting is, they don't know how to do it, they don't even recognize when someone's doing it to them, which is super problematic when it comes to your sexuality and your relationships and kind of like being empowered around all that. It's like the intention setting. If we don't kind of recognize what we're looking for, we're never going to be able to see it when it's staring us in the face. So we're going to talk about what flirting is in this video and why you should learn. Twofold reasons, really. Number one, so you can recognize it when it's happening and actually go, hey, that person's flirting with me. I would like to flirt back with them and kind of engage with them a little bit. And then number two, so you can find a flirting style that, number one, conveys what you want to convey and still feels authentic to you. So you're not going to feel like you're, running a script in someone else's body. It's actually, you're going to find a way to practice flirting and develop a flirting style that works for you and feels authentic and feels comfortable. So really quick rundown on what flirting is. It's playful. It's not super serious. It's not a marriage proposal. It's not asking someone to bed with you. It is literally sharing fun, playful energy with other people. Number two, key point, with other people. If you are just tossing flirts out at people and they're not reciprocating, you're not actually flirting. You're probably just being creepy and making people uncomfortable. Remember, flirting is that back and forth, that nice exchange of quips and sassiness. And then point number three, flirting is sassy. You need to be innuendo-ish enough or sexy enough or quippish enough or sassy enough to let people know that you're definitely, it's a sexual edge you're flirting with or a romantic edge you're flirting with or a I'm interested in more than being your friend vibe you're playing with. Even if you're not necessarily interested, sometimes we flirt just because it's fun. We're not necessarily showing interest in people. We could just be flirty people. But my point is, it has to differentiate between goofing around with your family members. Otherwise, people aren't going to recognize it. It's also really easy to tell what flirting is not, but I think people get confused about this point. Flirting is not a proposition. Just, walking up to someone and saying, "Can I get your phone number?" That's not flirting. That's asking them a question. Kind of chasing someone for a lunch date, that's not flirting. That's asking them out for lunch. So propositioning is okay. Like asking someone a direct question, can I have your number? Would you like to go out sometime? Would you like to get a coffee with me? That's okay. And flirting can lead to that. But in and of itself, propositioning is not flirting. Tossing out random compliments at people is not flirting. And again, it can lead you down a really creepy road, a really harassy road really quickly. To give a compliment to someone, you drop something nice at their feet or to them, like, I like your eyeliner, or your shoes are really cool, or hey, I love the writing that you did on that poster, or your smile makes my day. That's a great compliment, but that compliment doesn't actually buy you anyone's time. It doesn't buy you anyone's company, and they don't owe you anything just because you like something about them, okay? So if you want to deliver a compliment, that's nice, and it's nice to share compliments with people, but don't expect something from them. Don't even expect a return or necessarily a thank you, because they don't owe you that just because you enjoy something about them. So if you want to give compliments, and that can be part of flirting, that's fine, but again, if it's one-sided, it's not flirting. And if it's a repeated one-sided where you're just continuing to toss stuff out at people, it leads to a really awkward, uncomfortable place super quick. Finally, flirting is not just about being a nice person. If you're doing a bunch of favors for someone, or you're being a nice guy or a nice girl, or you're being a really good friend to someone, a shoulder to cry on, all those things, those are great qualities in a human being, but again, they're not flirting. They're friendship actions. They're like, I respect you as a person actions. I like you in my life, but I don't necessarily want you in a romantic way in my life actions. And they're great to have, but if you were friendly with someone, they're going to treat you like a friend. And I'm not even going to say they're going to friend zone you, because I think that's BS. But if you act like a friend to someone, they're going to treat you like a friend. So if you don't want to be friends with someone, then don't do friendly things and expect flirty outcomes. So again, flirting is playful, interactive, and sassy. Flirting is not one-sided. Flirting is not propositioning. Flirting is not throwing out repeated comments with no feedback. And flirting is not just being a good friend to someone. So now that you know what flirting is and what flirting isn't, or at least what I think about it, I totally invite you to think about what flirting is for you and how you recognize it in other people and how you convey it to people. And, you know, compare it against the list that I've given you. Is your flirting style saying what you want to say? Is it feeling authentic? Is it feeling good? Are people responding appropriately to it, or are they not? And if they're not, what can you do to your flirting style to change it up, make it more authentic for you, and also make it something that people respond to? Let me know what you feel in the comments below, okay? Bye.